Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a what I eat in a day too mad on a low carb day. I normally have my first meal between 12 and 1 p.m. So today's first meal is a breakfast stir fry, eggs and sausages. So to make this stir fry, we're going to be using a lot of vegetables, as you can see. We're going to need some broccoli, some tomatoes, some mushrooms, onions, some green pepper, that's green bell pepper, and some spinach and sweet corn. So we're going to be stir frying all this for this meal. So first thing I want to do is dry fry our bacon and our sausages and set that aside. While that is frying, I'm just seasoning the eggs. I'm just broken 2 eggs in the bowl and seasoning with some more seasoning, pepper, and I'm just going to mix that together. So while that has been mixed, I've just taken out the bacon and sausages from the pan and I'm just pouring in all the vegetables into the same pan. And I'm just going to let that cook for a few minutes while stirring so it won't burn. So I'm just gonna leave that to cook for a bit. I'm also adding in some seasoning cube, some garlic powder and garlic granules, some mixed herbs, and some chili flakes. And also I'm adding some Knorr seasoning as well, just to give it some taste, And I'm just going to mix that together and let it all cook together. I'm not going to cook this for too long so it wouldn't get too soft. I'm just going to cook it enough to make it a little bit cooked but also crunchy. So now I'm just adding in the bacon. So I've just torn the bacon into different pieces and I'm just putting that in there. I'm just going to cook that as well. So the bacon flavor is also going to add to the taste of the stir fry. So now that has cooked to my liking. I'm just adding in the spinach and sweet corn because I don't want to cook that too much, so I'm putting it at the end because the spinach is going to reduce down to almost nothing, so I'm putting that at the end. So I'm just going to let that cook for a few seconds before I take that out of the heat, and I'm going to be serving this with some avocado. Enjoy. It looks very colorful and very pretty. So for my second meal, I normally have this between 4 to 5 p.m. And today's second meal is cauliflower rice and chicken with avocado. So, first thing I want to do while the oven is preheating is get an oven-proof dish. I'm just gonna add in the chicken thighs and start seasoning them in the oven-proof dish. So today I'm going to be seasoning. I'm going to do a very simple chicken seasoning. So I'm just going to be using some chili flakes. I'm just going to put that on top on one side. And then I'm going to be adding some garlic granules, some mixed herbs, and I'm going to add some seasoning cube. And I'm just going to rub that in and flip it over so I can season the other side. So I'm basically just going to be seasoning the other side with the same seasoning. So some seasoning cube, the chili flakes, some mixed herbs, some garlic granules and some mixed herbs. And I'm just going to rub that into the chicken. And it's very simple chicken seasoning I'm doing today. So I'm just gonna rub that in and I'm gonna put that in the oven for about 1 hour 30 minutes. So after about 1 hour 30 minutes, that's what my chicken is looking like. I'm just gonna set that aside. So for the cauliflower rice, we're going to be using some onions, slice that up, some mixed vegetables, garlic granules, some seasoning cube, and some cauliflower rice. So the first thing we're going to do is put the onions in a greased pan and just cook that until the onions is translucent. And then after that has cooked to your liking, I'm just going to be adding the mixed vegetables. I'm just going to mix that together and cook that for a bit. And then I'm going to be adding some seasoning. So now I'm just adding in some salt and pepper. I'm just going to mix that together again. So next thing I'm doing is adding the cauliflower rice. So I'm not going to cook this for too long because I don't want the cauliflower to be too mushy. So I'm just going to mix that together, and I'm going to add in some garlic granules and just make that cook together. I'm also going to be adding some seasoning cube to the cauliflower rice, and I'm just going to mix that together and let it cook for a bit. So I made my cauliflower rice myself because I don't really like the packet ones. They get very mushy very quickly. So if you want to make your cauliflower rice yourself, basically just break up the cauliflower and put it in a food processor and just pulse it for a bit until it's chopped off into the size that you want. You don't want it to be very smooth, so you just pulse it about 8-10 times and it should be in the right size that you want. And that's how I made my cauliflower rice. So back to the cooking. I'm basically just stirring and stirring so it won't cook too much, and afterwards I've just taken out of the heat. So as always, you can find all the ingredients and nutritional value in the description box below. So I've just served my cauliflower rice with some spring onions and avocado and chicken. Enjoy. So my snack for today is my protein cookies. I love these cookies. I always make them on my low carb days, and it's very filling, and I have them throughout the day whenever I feel hungry. Again, I'm going to leave the link to my protein cookies because I already have that on my channel. I'm going to put a link on the screen and also in the description box. Thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.